Your concert station. Uvalde Radio.
Thinking about you, feeling what I believe, wondering what you're going through, and it's a lonely, lonely day, living my life out loud, not knowing what to say, even in front of the smallest crowd. Best thing, it was you. All I know is sometimes the worst thing was saying goodbye to you. And this lonely, lonely road, walking it by myself, knowing my foolish pride, put our love upon that shelf, and it's a lonely, lonely smile, sitting here with my friends, they ask if I'm alright, I guess every now and then. Best thing, it was you. All I know is sometimes the worst thing was saying goodbye to you. Well, I guess that's just the way it goes. Sometimes you gotta learn to fall. Well, I guess that's just the way it goes. Lord, it happens to us all. It's a lonely, lonely night, sitting here thinking about you, feeling what I believe, and wondering what you're going through.
It's UvaldeRadio.net. It's Robert Miguel here with you, and you just heard some Jamie Talbert, Band of Demons right there. All I Know off the Do It album, and as luck would have it, we've got with me on the phone Jamie Talbert. Hey, what's up?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just really, really fired up. Looking forward to playing for y'all tonight.
Yeah. So tonight is the big live stream concert. We got Jamie Talbert. Now, you don't have the band with you. This is going to be kind of a solo kind of acoustic thing, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir, it is.
Yeah, so this is exciting stuff, man. I know that, and we're going to play your latest single here in a minute, but you are known for having a pretty darn good band. Let's talk about that Band of Demons and what's going on with you and where are all the bands? Everybody scattered out right now?
It's kind of like Waffle House, smothered, covered, chuck topped and tipped. Everybody's all over the place.
Right.
My drummer actually is out of Lafayette, Louisiana, so it's going to be a minute before I get to see him. Bass player's over in Port Neches. My lead guitar player's over in Kingwood, Texas, and I'm over here in Beaumont. So it's just kind of me and my lonesome right now. But the really neat thing about this is the times that we have right now are real crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Very fortunate that my day gig is an essential business, so I'm still getting to work, which is a blessing. But I'm also getting to spend a lot of time with my children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you love them so much you just want to pop their little heads off. It's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome. I was going to say, yeah. Hey, well, tell me this now. This is all those cities you mentioned. That's where your band are kind of stationed, right? Kind of in their personal lives.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
So that kind of makes it probably convenient for touring. You kind of always have a place to lay your head, right?
Yes and no. it all depends. You know how big Texas is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You could go from one side of Texas to the other, and it takes you a couple days to do it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, it seems like you'd have some good hubs there to work off of. But
we definitely do that. Thank God.
Let's go back to the beginning, to the band. As far as you as a performer, as a, I guess I don't want to say solo artist, but as an individual performer, and then how you hooked up with your band.
I didn't start playing guitar till I was 25, and the thing about it is I've always written. When I was growing up, I wrote a lot of poetry,
mm-hmm.
and then when I started playing guitar, everything kind of clicked. I was like, well, poetry, is really what songs are to begin with.
Yeah.
So I more classify myself as a songwriter, and the whole entertainer thing just kind of spawned after that. It's one thing to be able to get up there with a guitar and play your songs and do all that, which is awesome because that's how I started out. But I knew if I wanted to grow this thing, and because here's the thing, you can write the best songs in the world, but if nobody ever hears them, it don't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really want to write something that has some substance to it, and you want to reach other people, you got to be out there gigging. And to be out there gigging, it's always good to have a band.
Right.
So I was very fortunate to have the guys, and there's been a multitude of band members throughout the last 18 years of doing this, so to speak. But the ones that I have now, I'm extremely fortunate to have. They're definitely class act, solid players, and they're pros. They show up, they do their job, and they're really easy to get along with, and we're all on the same page, which is a blessing, because there's been times in this quote unquote career that I've had where everybody in the band was either just a hired gun and just in it for the money, and then they would want to do whatever the heck they wanted to do. Which, well, that's not really conducive to going the direction that I would like this to go. So
right.
Finally, got a group of guys that are on the same page with me, which is a blessing.
Now, tell me this. Now, when you're doing your songs, when you're songwriting, do you collaborate with these guys? Do you use, team up with, like, Nashville songwriters, Texas country artists? What's that process like as far as, like, getting that song, creating it, and who do you work with?
For the majority of the stuff that I've written, I've typically written it myself. Sometimes I'll come up with, just some kind of chord progressions. The majority of the time, though, is I'll have something that pops into my head or that I'm feeling, whether it's happy, whether it's sad, whether it's funny, whether it's serious, whether it's just kind of tongue-in-cheek. Mm-hmm. And then I'll sit down, put pen to paper, and sometimes I'll actually have a guitar with me and do that as well. And I have been very fortunate to collaborate with a couple of people in the Texas music industry. I've been able to sit down with Stormy Cooper and Mike Ethan Messick, and I've written some stuff with one of my best friends, Cody Oxley, and I even sat down with some of my old bandmates who've been there in the past, Todd Conger, and sit down and collaborate on a song with Alex Wheaton, who's a good friend of mine, go way back, and he actually is the lead guitar player for Miranda Lambert. So, I've been very fortunate when it comes to that, and I mean, heck, the first album I ever did had a couple of co-writes. One was with Phil Pritchett, and two of them were with Jordan Powell, who is a staple in the music business.
Well, now you mentioned that you've been in this gig for about 18 years now. For those of us who you're pretty new to, give us a quick rundown on the discography. When did you do your first record, and how many have you done since?
I did my first record back in 2004, and it's not one that you can actually find anywhere. It was just one. It was good. It was called The Opening Act, and there's a lot of material on it that I'm actually going to be putting on my next album.
Oh, okay.
I really didn't get too terribly serious or really understand the necessity to get out there and really put something good together for people to really take you serious and understand what you were doing. And so in 2014, I put out an album called Tomorrow Night, which I dedicated to all of our military, and it's got 10 songs on it, 9 originals, 1 cover. That went over very well. It was pretty well received by radio and folks. And then in 2017, I released Do It, which was produced by Stormy Cooper, out of SC Media in Houston, and that's been extremely well received. And I'm going to be going back into the studio with him at some point within the next 6 months or so, once all this craziness is over with.
Yeah.
And I've already got pretty much everything I want to do on that done. It's just a matter of getting in there and getting it done, if you know what I mean.
So as far as getting out on the road and doing the shows, what are some of the highlights? I'm sure you played a handful of really cool festivals or maybe opened up for some big acts. So far with the band, Jamie Talbert and the Band of Demons, what are some of those career highlights?
Some of the neatest shows that I've been able to do, which to me have been ones that I personally have loved. In 2004, I was fortunate enough to be the only acoustic solo artist to play the Super Bowl Bash in Houston with, and it was a multi-genre event. You had Sammy Hagar, Willie Nelson, all those cats, and then, you know, in the full band career, I've been fortunate enough to open up to people like Pat Green, Reckless Kelly, you know, Jack Ingram, Roger Krager, all of the mainstays in the Texas music scene, and got to open up for people like Joe Nichols, and got to open up for people like Johnny Lee.
Wow.
Got to do a show with the late great Don Williams, which was really cool. You know, those are the type of things that, you know, I've been very fortunate.
Well, man, it seems like you've got around and done some stuff. Now, we're going to be having a live stream concert with you. Again, we're talking to Jamie Talbert here tonight, 7 p.m. on the Uvalde Radio Facebook page. Tell me this, what can we expect on the live stream performance? What you got cooked up for us?
You're going to hear a lot of originals. You're going to hear some originals that you've never heard from me that are off the original album. You're going to hear a couple of new songs. Just wrote one the other day just for the heck of it. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek song. It's called Riding Shotgun with Misery. It's about going through this whole COVID-19 experience. And you'll definitely get the gist of it when I play it. And, you know, there's another new one called Stand and Fight that I wrote a couple years back, but it hadn't been put out on an album yet, but it'll be on the upcoming album that we do. And obviously you'll get to hear the song we got out on the radio right now. You'll hear a little bit of everything. I may play a couple of cover songs. You never know. If somebody requests a cover song and I happen to know it, I'll absolutely play it.
Well, right on. Again, that's tonight, 7 p.m. on the Uvalde Radio Facebook page. I'm hoping you're going to put up a link so people can maybe send a virtual tip, whether it's PayPal or, one of those apps or whatnot. But everybody pay attention.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I've got the whole Venmo, PayPal, Cash App.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things. If somebody feels compelled to tip, I appreciate it. Not required by any stretch of the imagination. I'm so thankful that a lot of these folks out here in radio, including yourself, Robert, that are allowing us to take over y'all's Facebook pages and do this, because, you know, it's a special thing, man. Without you guys, you know, a lot of people wouldn't hear what we're doing, and to give us that platform to do it in, man, that's really special what y'all do.
Well, hey, we really appreciate you just taking a few minutes out of your day to make it happen and do kind of a special show catered to Uvalde, Texas specifically. Now, tell me this. Have you been out to Uvalde County? I mean, we got some great venues in Uvalde proper, over in Concan, Uvalde County. Have you made it out to Southwest Texas, our neck of the woods out here before?
I have to hunt. I haven't to play.
All right.
For many years, I had a hunting lease over in Brackettville, so I've been through Uvalde quite a few times.
Very good. All right. Well, that's good to know, man. Very cool. Again, we're talking to Jamie Talbert from Jamie Talbert and the Band of Demons, doing a solo acoustic show tonight on the Uvalde Radio Facebook page. Let's go ahead and try to get into your latest single. It's off that album, your latest album called Do It, and the new track is called Keep That Girl Away From Me, which, man, I think compared to the last few singles, it's kind of a really kind of cool, kind of fun song. Just give us some information about the latest single.
You know, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like the opposite of what a lot of people go through in life. And what I mean by that is, you know, in high school or college, you know, a lot of people have those instances where they're out on a date and then one of their buddies comes up and they're like, oh, I like her. Next thing you know, you ain't on a date no more and your buddy is.
Right.
Well, this is kind of one of those things where it's from the other shoes. It's like, wait a minute, man. Hey, that girl, she's doing something to me right now. You need to keep her away from me, and you're being forewarned. So,
I know it's got such a kind of a playa attitude about it, which I really dig. It's a fun song. I like that it's upbeat, and it's a great tune, man. So, did you write this yourself? Was it a collaboration?
No, it was actually, it's funny. I've always been one who's very, very forthright in trying to do songs that are songs that I've either written or partially written. Well, about 15 years ago, there's an old boy from this area here in Southeast Texas that, he played live music for a little bit. His name's Waylon Strain, and, he only played in this area for a little bit, and then he, just like a lot of us do, he got married, had kids, went off just to be working, so he stopped doing it. Well, we used to do a lot of shows together, and then, I would hear this song, and this song has always been stuck in my mind. I'm like, man, that's a great song. Somebody's got to record it. So when I went into the studio with Stormy to do it, I was like, man, I really need to record that song. So I reached out to him and said, hey, I love the song. I'm just asking you if it's okay for me to record. And he's like, yeah. So there's a lot of great, it's the whole point. There's a lot of great songs out there that touch people or kind of get people fired up and jazzed that nobody ever hears.
Right.
Nobody ever puts them on an album or releases them. And I was happy and very, very thrilled to be able to record the song because, some people with their writing, that's their baby. And some people be like, nope, I'm not going to let anybody record it. And I'm okay. Well, I'm not one to usually put cover songs on an album, but I'll tell you right now, I wanted this one badly because I knew it was a song that people would really enjoy. And, I love to play songs that I like, whether I wrote them or not. So when I had the opportunity to do it and he told me yes, I was just ecstatic. And I think we did a fantastic rendition of it. So.
Well, now, I mean, you said you're out in the Beaumont area, and, Beaumont's known for, you guys got some great, country artists that come out of there. So I'm sure that, the artists in that scene, many of them, even if we don't know them outside of, East Texas, are doing some good stuff. So very cool. Now, I did have a question because I know Beaumont was in the news recently for that outbreak at Chick-fil-A. Is that what I heard?
That is correct.
Yeah, how's that?
As of yesterday, there's 11 of them at Chick-fil-A that were tested out of 100 that have this COVID. It's a shame. I hate it. This whole thing, I can't stand it. It's kind of like this. I like to say it. With this whole thing that's happened, it's like a poo-poo show, and there ain't no toilet paper in sight. So
yeah.
It's a mess. I can't help but feel for any of these people who have contracted this horrible disease. It doesn't matter if they're 80 or they're 8 years old. It's a terrible thing that we're going through. I don't know if America will ever be the same again because of what's happening.
Yeah.
There's a lot of quote unquote geopolitical turmoil out there, and I'll be the last person to tell you I'm gonna get into politics or religion in any public format. But I think we're doing a great job trying to figure out how to work our way through this crazy time.
Yeah. I feel like, there's been some really great coming together, working together, solidarity. And then on the other side, there's been some really weird, like, polarized opinions. It's kind of us versus them, depending on what side of what camp you're on.
I'll say this, and I don't mind saying this. I think that, if they would have shut down the media,
right.
like they shut down the country, and just had some straightforward facts.
Yep.
And this goes for both sides of the aisle. I think we'd be in a lot better spot.
No, man, that's absolutely true. Like, and it's talking from a guy who's technically kind of in the media, but you're absolutely right.
This is just like anything. Number one, I have my own political convictions.
Yeah.
But one thing is I learned a long time ago, I live in a glass house that's surrounded by boulders, just like everybody else does. So I'm not going to pick up one of those boulders and throw it at your glass house because of the way somebody feels. There's a lot of men and women who bled and died for us to have the right to feel which way we want to feel. So I'm not going to begrudge anybody that right. I may not agree with what some people think or feel, but I'm not going to go out there and chastise them for it, which, that's the one thing that social media is a fantastic thing to have. But then again, on the same point, it's a really, really bad thing when people start, being very unsociable on social media.
Well, man, it sounds like a pretty reasonable, fair, and balanced opinion you got there, so I do appreciate that. Again, we've been talking to Jamie Talbert here from Jamie Talbert and the Band of Demons. He's performing solo acoustic tonight, 7 p.m. on our Uvalde Radio Facebook page. Please tune in, check out this great performer, and if you feel like you can do it, drop a few bucks in the hat on the virtual tip jar, which will be posted up there as well. Jamie, it's been really cool talking to you, man, and we're looking forward to the show tonight. I guess let's go ahead and get into your new single. Again, it's called Keep That Girl Away From Me. It's off the latest record, Do It. And for those who just happen to be listening and want to find out more about you, give us the quick, where to find you online and whatnot.
The website's jamietalbert.net, and you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Jamie Talbert Music. So you can also, if you like what I'm doing, go to Spotify, go to CD Baby, all of your digital delivery systems out there. I've got stuff out there all over the place, and I just appreciate it if you guys would get out there and give it a like and a follow and share it with your friends. That's how people get to know us all.
We're right on. Again, Jamie Talbert out of Beaumont, Texas, tonight, 7 p.m. on the Uvalde Radio Facebook page. Here it is. That new song is called Keep That Girl Away From Me. It's UvaldeRadio.net.
You better keep that girl away from me. I'll do things when I know you can't see. So I'm asking you politely, keep that girl away from me. Think it's funny, I tell the truth. I've done things that no man should do. I've got a problem, I'll say it aloud. I ain't lying, and friend, I ain't proud. You better keep that girl away from me. I'll do things when I know you can't see. So I'm asking you politely, keep that girl away from me. Now tell her things you'd never say. I'll do my best just to steal her away. Ain't being cocky, this ain't no threat. It's just a woman that you best not forget. You better keep that girl away from me. And I'll do things when I know you can't see. So I'm asking you politely, keep that girl away from me. We've been buddies for a long time. We've chased the women with the whiskey and wine. And if our friendship should come to a halt, don't you dare say that it's my fault. You better keep that girl